All right, today we're going to practice the distributive property. This should be a little bit of review for some of you. Some of you, this might be new. So we're going to take this slow and we're going to get through it. All right, so our problem here, we have 2 times 325. I don't know about you, but I can't do multiplication in my head with numbers that large. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to take that 325 and break it down into its factors. We want to make those into 3 smaller numbers that we can use easily. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to rewrite this problem. We're going to write this as 2 times. Now we have to break up this 325. Well, how do you break that up into its parts? Well, let's look at its values. So if we say 325 out loud, we can write it just like that. 300 plus 20 plus 5. Because we have the 300, we have the 20, and we have the 5. All right, our next step here is we need to now distribute. That means to share. We need to share that 2 with the 300, and then with the 20, and then with the 5. So I like to draw little arrows that show what I'm multiplying to help keep us organized. So our first one would be 2 times 300. So I'll write that right here. Okay. And well, what is 2 times 300? Well, if we look, we can multiply the 2 and the 3, and that gives us 6. Then if we look at our 2 zeros here, that tells us we need to add those 2 zeros to the end. That's a shortcut that we learned in class. All right. Next one, we're going to share this 2 with this 20. So 2 times 20. All right. So what is 2 times 20? Well, we can look. We can multiply those 2's. So 2 times 2. Oops, I went too far. 2 times 20. We can multiply those 2's. That gives us 4. Then we add our 0 on the end. Okay. Last one, we take the 2 and we share it with the 5. That's 2 times 5. And that just gives us 10. Okay. Well, now we have these 3 numbers here, 640 and 10. We have to add those up. Okay. Well, they're not lined up correctly, so we can't just add them. We need to make sure they're lined up appropriately. We'll take 600, line it up with our 40, and line it up with our 10. If we don't line up our ones place and our tens place and our hundreds place, we won't be able to add that properly. But now that they're all lined up, we know this first one is 0 plus 0 plus 0. That just stays 0. Our next line, our tens place in that column, it says 4 plus 1. That's a 5. Then our last column, our hundreds place column, that's 6 plus nothing. That's just 6. So we know our answer is 650.